My name is Mike Wall, assistant coach for our USA men's national team. Today we're going to be talking about blocking and specifically EYEWORK. So we're going to jump right in here. We have a sequence that we call ball setter, ball hitter. And the whole point of this sequence is to optimize or make our movement patterns more efficient for our blockers. There's so much going on in front of our blockers in terms of different sets, different types of passes, different setters, and it's just an incredibly complex skill. And so the more efficient we are in our eye sequence, the calmer we're going to be as read blockers, the more efficient we're going to be as read blockers, and ultimately the faster we're going to be as read blockers. And so the first phase of this is the ball, and this ball is the pass. It's coming off of the passer's forearms, and our blockers need to take a quick look at this pass and get onto the setter as quickly as possible. Essentially, they're trying to determine, is the ball coming over the net, or is this a medium pass or a perfect pass? Those are the two questions that we're trying to answer in a really short period of time. Once we have that information, then we can move on to the setter. And I like to say ball setter, 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 because it's just a really important part of this phase. It's arguably the most important piece of this four-step sequence. The reason being is when our blockers are late with their eyes to the setter, oftentimes they're jumpy or nervous or they guess, and they're just not giving themselves enough time to make a good, calm read. The earlier we can get our eyes to the setter, the longer we can watch the setter, the faster we're going to respond and the calmer we're going to be. And so take a quick look at the ball or the pass off of the passer's forearms, get on that setter as quickly as possible, and watch that setter so that we can make a good, calm read. The third step is the ball or the set coming out of the setter's hands. And so we know that hitters tend to hit where the set takes them. And so getting a quick look at the set will give us a good indication of where we should set up the block. Lastly is the hitter, and we want to take a look at the hitter's approach, their arm work, the speed of their approach, the rhythm of their approach, to give us an indication of what's going on there in terms of the hitter adapting to the location of the set. So we're going to jump right into a few examples here. Here we have a middle blocker who is taking a look at this pass. Pass comes off. It's a medium pass. Middle blocker drops her arms to put herself in a better position to make a move to the pin. Very few middle blockers or very few teams, even at the highest of levels, run effective, quick attacks on a medium pass. So here we're dropping our arms and we're preparing ourselves to make a move to the pin. So we saw the ball. We determined it was a medium pass. We're going to prepare ourselves to make a move to the pin. Same thing here. We see the pass. The setter is going to come off the net. It's a medium pass. We may know statistically that they're not going to set quick. We're going to drop our arms. We're going to make a move to the pin. And we're seeing the right things in terms of the ball or the pass off of the passer's forearms. Next, we're going to talk about seeing the setter. Ball, setter, setter, setter. And so here's a serve, and we have our middle blocker. She's going to see the ball off the passer's arms quickly, and she's going to get her eyes, watch her head movement here, straight onto the setter. Boom. So you can see how efficient that is. She's already watching the setter. She's calm. She's not jumpy. We get a really good long look, and as a result, we can make a nice calm read, and we have more time than we think. It's a great example of good eye work right there. We're going to see the ball, and again, eye work is going to get right onto the setter. Boom, right there. We're nice and calm. We're going to make a nice read and a great move out to the pin. All right, now we're going to have a look at the set. We've got the ball, which is off the passer's forearms. We're going to take a look at the setter, ball, setter, setter, setter. And the third phase of our sequence is the set. The reason that we want to take a good look at the set is because hitters hit where the set takes them. So if the set's inside, odds are that hitter's going to approach on an angle and hit that ball cross court or angle. If the ball is tight into the pin, the odds of that attacker hitting that ball down the line increase. And so we want to take a quick look at the set. Doesn't have to be a long look, but we're going to take a quick look and we're going to set up our block accordingly. Okay, so it's the same clip here. we're looking at the setter, and we're going to recognize that this ball is inside. It's about, 4 or 5 feet inside the antenna. And the reason that these blockers are setting up here is because they've seen the set. Ball, setter, ball, which is the set, and they're adjusting and setting up their block accordingly because we know that this hitter is likely going to hit the ball cross court due to that set being inside. Lastly, we want to see the hitter. So we've got ball, we've got setter, we've got ball, and now we're going to get our eyes on the hitter. And you can see here, EYEWORK right here, we're watching the setter, we're loaded up and we're ready to go. And we're going to take a quick look at this set coming out of the setter's hands. And you can see here, we dove back in and got hands on that ball because it was slightly inside, and we know that that is going to lead to a cross-court swing most of the time. Okay, you can see there's all this space right here, right? There's, 3, 4 feet. And again, this end blocker saw the set up accordingly, and it gave this middle blocker a place to run out to and close. And so we're seeing inside sets, we're not overrunning them, and we're setting up our end block accordingly. And so again, the location of the set is such a huge part of a hitter's range or where that hitter can hit. And so seeing the set is a critical part of ultimately setting up and getting a good look at the hitter so we're in good spots. All right, in summary, we want our blockers to see the ball or the pass off the passer's forearms. We only need to look at the ball for a fraction of a second before we spend a lot of time watching the setter nice and calmly, getting good reads. We're going to take a look at the ball or the set because we know that that dictates where the hitters are going to hit the ball. And lastly, we're going to get on the hitter so that we can determine the rhythm or anything else that the hitter might give away to us in terms of a cue, the speed of their approach, how far off the net they are, all those types of things. So give it a shot. Hopefully this helps you out with your blocking EYEWORK.